Hey, Saret, you see I got up. I ain't care about putting nothing on. I said I'm getting ready to sit in front of this camera with my gown on or my sleep shirt or whatever you want to call it. I ain't care. I was like, I ain't get ready to put no hair in no ponytail. I ain't get ready to swoop it to the side, left side, right side, back, up, top, nothing. I was like, I'm just getting ready to grab. I did grab the rubber band off. I did have it up in the crazy. I just grabbed that off and I was like, it is what it is. It just is what it is. Yes. Let's see if we can get anybody in here. It's 3 people, 3 likes. Okay, so we do have 3 people up in here. Yes, definitely have 3 people in here. I appreciate the 3 people who are listening because those are 3 people who hit the like button. I appreciate y'all, even if y'all don't come down. Thank you. Thank you. Oh Lord, man. So how you doing this morning? Did you eat anything, girl? I'm so okay. I did come live now, and I don't want it to be a long live. What time is first? I want to go to First Watch. I want to waffle. Let me see what time they close because I do want to go. Let me see. Let me see what time they close. They close at. Let me see. Um, I'm still tired. I'm still tired. Uh, 2 o'clock. I thought okay. I don't even know why I looked it up. I know they close at 2 o'clock every day. Okay, so I should still be okay. I should be able to make that. Let me see. Hello, Oreo. Good morning, guys. Here's Gamma's World. How are you doing this morning? I'm doing good, y'all. Let me get these comments in my face. Let me just. I be trying. I be want to at least try to see the screen, but it'll never work. Especially when I just got up, my vision really be like crazy. I don't know why I feel like it gotta, it gotta come into play. Let me see here. Let me get here into this live. Oh, I forgot. It never let me get in. I have to always switch accounts and come in as Gamma's World for me to be able to see the comments. It's so weird that it does that. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me get it. Okay, let's see. So we got Saret in here. We have Oreo in here. Oh, let me turn it down. Oreo said, how are you doing? I am doing good. I woke up this morning. I got a text message. It woke me up. I realized that I had my live still going. So I was like, let me go turn off this live. And I was going I was going to keep on going with it, but I was like, no, let me start it over because I already had a title for that one and I wanted to talk about a different topic. So I said, let me stop it and start it again. It's like a whole marathon over here, y'all. Let me see. Good morning, everyone. Oreo said, Smith said, girl, I ate something, but my tummy hurts. Now, why? What you eat to make your stomach hurt, Smith? Let me see. Please hit that like button. Smith said, let's see. Hello, Smith. It's K-pop. How are you doing? Smith said, I think I have gluten. Dang, Smith, you ain't gonna be able to eat nothing in a minute. So I said, hello, Oreo. You are not going to be able to eat nothing in a second, in a hot second. We got 5 people in the building, 4 likes. If you are in the chat or in the bushes, can you please give a like to the like stream? Right, you're not gonna be able to eat nothing. Okay, sorry to hear that. Right, yes. Let's give it a couple minutes, y'all. I didn't realize that so many people. I didn't even look to see if anybody was live because I kind of had it scheduled, but I didn't look. And there's a couple people live, but I'm just gonna go ahead and roll with it. I'm not gonna stop the live because I got stuff I have to do before I get ready for a 4 o'clock meeting today. So I gotta really go get me something to eat and then be back here before to get ready for my meeting. Yes. So let's see. Let's see. We only have 3 people now, 2 people left. We want to talk about early age touching. That's a sensitive topic. And I want to get people's perspective and what they think about that. That's a sensitive topic for a lot of people. Let me you know what? I think I'm gonna go live on Scam House World to try to drive people over. That might help us get a couple, maybe 2 or 3 more people be here. I didn't think about that. Hold on. That's what I normally do. I gotta stop doing that because people gonna be like, well, you didn't come to you didn't come on to let us know that you was live over there or something. I don't know. Let's see. Let me quick go live. Okay, I ain't got I still ain't unpacked my tripod. I keep propping my phone up so crazy. Okay, so let me go live on there. See if I can bring anybody over. Let me see. Today's my lady day 2. Okay. Oh, lazy. Okay. Surrey said today is my lazy day. Oreo said so lazy day 2. Okay. Y'all being lazy today? I don't. I gotta. I'm not. I don't have anything planned to do. I just need. I want to go. I want to go get a waffle from First Watch. I do want to go get a waffle from First Watch. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I do want to go get a waffle from First Watch, and then I have a 4 o'clock meeting, and then that's all I plan on doing. I think. Oh, I gotta. Well, that's all. Well, that's all. That's the only thing I plan on doing. Going outside the house, but I really, really got to work on some editing. I really got to do that. So that is my plan. Now I'm live over here on Scam World. And see if we get somebody in here, y'all. Let's see. We only have 5 people. We only have 5 people up over here, y'all. Let's see. Oreo said, "Wow, only 1 waffle. That's it." Yeah, because it's not like a regular size. It's like a waffle that's this big. It ain't like a Eggo waffle. They only sell about 1 because they're real big. Once you cut them at 4s, it's almost really like definitely like having 2 waffles, if not 3, but like 2 for sure. So yes. Sweat, do you have a First Watch? Oreo, do you have a First Watch where you live? Let me know. We have people over here. We got 3 people and 3 likes on It's Gabba's World. I'm over here trying to just get y'all to come on over here to get your big ass up. We're about to have a topic about early age touching. So if y'all can come over to get your big ass up so we can get this conversation started, I want to give y'all maybe until about 11 o'clock to come in over here so we can have a conversation over here about this early age touching with kids. Like we want to talk about what age is so early that you don't hold it against them until all the way up until they're like 20, 30, 40 years old. That's the topic, y'all. That's the only thing. I got 5 likes over here, 4 people in the building. They like it over there, y'all. Yes, let me see. Celeste said I would have some editing to do, but I actually didn't record much. I was thinking, right. I was thinking about right. So you didn't bring out that phone at all. You weren't thinking about nothing. I guess you said they got it. They got it. You really left it up to us. I was like, I wonder if she gonna get this. I was like, let me take my phone off because she ain't thinking about this stuff. Plus I knew you had taken it off. But right, exactly. I was trying to get everything. Even though I got so much, I still got so much to put out, but I got the majority of it out. I still don't feel like I got enough. Like I needed to be like on every. I tried to hit like everything. I think I did pretty good. I'll give me a B. I'll give me a B. I still think I could have did more. I don't know. Hey, Carla. Carla, you over here? Meet us over here. Get your big ass up. We're about to have a conversation about early age touching. We're about to talk about that over there. So come over there, Carla. Come over. Just switch right over. Let me see. Thread. Where am I on here? Let me see. I'm getting ready to grab this link to this video. Now let me see if it'll let me go over to, why is it saying I'm low battery over here? I got to, don't let me. I bet. Did this charger stop working, y'all? Dang. It say low battery. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can switch this and go drop the link to get your big ass up over there. Okay. Live. Karthik Charismati, can you please come over to, let me see if I can get the link in there. No, I'm over here. I'm trying to drop the link for y'all to come over. Let me see. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta go over here. Oh, thank you. Sweat looking like it's gonna take you a whole right. Sweat got it over there, Carla. Well, Carla, you know how to come over here. Anybody else who is over here, it's Gamma's World. Please come over here. Oh, Carla made it. Carla, you made it over here. I see. I see. If you are over here listening in, it's 9 people over here. It's Gamma's World. We're actually gonna have the conversation over here on Get Your Big Ass Up. So if y'all can come over here, click that link. Just come over here, subscribe, and jump in the conversation. We have a topic going on over here with early age touching. We just try to give everybody a chance to move from over here over there. Okay? We gotta give them a second, y'all. This looks like they get a notification over here for It's Gamma's World. It's 15 people in here. Y'all, it's 15 people in here. Can y'all please click that link that's already dropped? Come over to Get Your Big Ass Up. That's where we're having the conversation at. I'm just using It's Gamma's World right now to have the conversation over here to get people to come over here, y'all. I should have probably put it on my community wall. Let me see if I can put it on my community wall too. For It's Gamma's World. Let me see. That might help. Hey Terry, I was over there and it wouldn't let you come over. Terry, did you try to come on your own or did you click the link? Try coming on your own and then try clicking the link. But it shouldn't be no problem. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put it on my community wall real quick. Come give your opinion on Get Your Big Ass Up. We are live. Okay. Let me put the link up in here. Okay. I want to know why Terry can't come over here. Terry, try again. Okay, let me see what y'all said. Mark said, good morning. Good morning, Mark. Mark, I hope you have some opinions about this that you can drop too. I want everybody to give opinions because I really want to know. It's such a wide range. I want to know everybody's opinion. Good morning, everyone coming in. Carlos said, hey, Mark. Yes, everybody who let their phone run, that's over here to let their phone run a little bit on Get Your Big Ass Up last night. This bad boy ran for about more than 12 hours. I didn't even look to see how many hours they got. Okay, I'll look later. I didn't even look to see how many hours I got for it. I'm hoping and wishing for 100, y'all. 100, I'm at least 100. Like that literally ran 11 hours. I should at least be able to get 100 out of that. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. Look at Mark sharing. Like he know he got his little community over there that he can say, I'll share it out for you. I know my people might come. I know that's right, Mark. Let me see. We still got 9 people over here. Terry, try to click the link or type it in. Just go to the channel because I already know that you're subscribed. Hey, Terrence B. Grace and peace to you too. Terrence, can you please come over here to get your big ass up? Click that link right there. Let's see. I came over myself. I can see and hear you, but It would just let me watch, not, and I'm a subscriber. Terry, try to unsubscribe and subscribe again because it is set on subscriber mode only. But try to unsubscribe and subscribe again. That's weird. That's super weird. Terry said if she came over here, she can hear and see it, but it won't let her chat. So maybe unsubscribe and subscribe again because, like I said, it's set on subscriber mode. So we're gonna give them a couple more minutes. Okay, Terry, good, good, good. Let's see, y'all. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock. Let's get started. So, y'all, everybody said hello. Make sure I didn't miss nobody. No, I didn't. I didn't miss nobody. So I'll keep this going over here for another. Let me mute it over here. Okay, so I was going to have the topic on early age touching. And I'm talking about like early age touching. We're talking about like when you're 16, 17. I want to get y'all opinion. So say this is a scenario. I'm going to put the scenario out there. We can start with our scenarios. And it's going to be a lot of scenarios because it can go so many different ways. So tell me, what's your opinion? And I want to give the first scenario. Let's start here with the scenarios. Say that the child, because we're going to call anybody under the age 18 a child. And y'all don't pay no attention to how crazy I look on here. I literally got to wash my face, brush my teeth, kept my sleep shirt on, took the rubber band out of my hair, and came on here. I wasn't thinking about looking like nothing. But, okay, so let's do the first scenario. Say we have, put it, it don't even have to be a male-female situation. Just say we have two children, and we're going to give them like the age of 14, right? We'll give them the age of 14. And these two children did some inappropriate touching. Now, when these children become like, I'll say like 25, 35, do we still hold them accountable? Like, do we still make them live the fact that they were touching at 14 years old? And should those parents of each one still keep them, or still the parents of each one, should they still keep that in their mind when they come over at like 27 years old, 30 years old, 35 years old? Keep that in their mind that at 14 years old they did that, and actually consider them to be like person who's touching our kids. How do y'all feel about that? How long do we keep the stigma on an underage child for touching another underage child? Can y'all tell me that? We got 5 people in It's Grandma's World. If y'all can come over to get your big ass up, we're having a conversation about early age touching. So if y'all can come over there into the chat, Saret dropped the link a little bit higher up there, like 2-3 comments up. If y'all could click that, link and go ahead and come over. Let me see. Saret said, "Hey Carla, I want to get y'all's opinion. What do y'all think about that? I'm not on StreamYard, so I can't let nobody up, but I want to know what y'all think about that. Give me your opinion. Do you think as a parent you would still keep this 20-year-old? Will you still feel a kind of way if that child comes around? I mean, not that child, 20-year-old adult comes around because of what they did when they were 14? Was the touching addressed? Let's say it was addressed. I mean, like, I don't know. Let's put in all the scenarios. Let's say it was addressed. I want it in all the scenarios because that'd be way too many if I tried to separate them. Let me see. Good afternoon. Hey, happy Sunday, Trey Trey. We're gonna say that it was, because I'm really just trying to get the opinions of how long do you keep the stigma when something like that happens. If they were 14, the first scenario, because I want to do a couple scenarios. The first scenario is 2 14-year-olds. 2 14-year-olds that actually, let's see, if nobody's in a room, let's say they just, I don't know, maybe one could touch and the other one wasn't, or maybe they was touching each other. I don't know. But once they begin adulthood and they hit like 25, 30, 35, And if, say, the families know about it, say each family knows, or if it's one family, that could be in one family, and then everybody knows about it, do you still carry the stigma to feel a certain kind of way about the 14-year-old, even though they did that at 14? Now, they grew up as a 35-year-old, they have their own families, they're married, they live productive lives, nothing has ever been an issue, but at 14 this happened. Do you hold that against them as a older adult at that point? Nothing is working, Terry. Y'all, Terry said nothing is working. What in the world? That is the weirdest thing in the world. Let me subscriber mode only, but that never stopped you before. I do all my live subscribers mode only. Terry, that is super weird. And I know you didn't make a mistake and get blocked. I didn't even block nobody. When I get out of here, Terry, I am gonna try to check a block list, but we didn't block nobody, so nobody should be blocked up out of here. That is super weird. Terry, try unsubscribing, leaving out of YouTube, period. Like exit out of YouTube, and then go back to YouTube, and then try subscribing. Hey, Mr. Picklefoot, we're talking about early age touching. Overall, get your big ass up. So can you please come over here and get this conversation, give your input. Right now, we're on a scenario about a 14-year-old, two 14-year-old. We're making the age match right now. We're going to do a lot of scenarios, but we're starting with the two 14-year-olds. So come over here. Okay, so the two 14. Oh, so let me see if y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, so Red said, then it depends on how the children dealt with it. You think it depends on how the children dealt with it? Well, Soraya, we can't do all of the scenarios. I just mean like in general. Okay, let's take the age down. Let's say 5-year-olds. Let's go all the way down. Because I'm just trying to see my thing that I'm trying to say, because I think each situation is going to be individual. I think any situation like that, each situation is going to be individual. So I'm talking about like as a whole, in general, as a society, when we think back on early age touching, how long do we keep the stigma on children? So if it happens at 1-year-old, do we say, okay, maybe they get away with it, we won't keep it against them? If it happens at 14 years old, will we say, no, forever, you're going to be labeled as that? If it happens at 5-year-old, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to think. That way of thinking, like overall as a society, how long do we keep the stigma on children when they have early age touching? Okay, let me see. Kind of say church habits. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with all your. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Picklefoot. I only do. Hey, it's a terrorist kind of thing. Can you answer my question? Do you have an input on my question? I don't know if you just heard. Terry got in. Yes, Terry, you here? Good. You got in here. I am asking a question this morning, y'all, because I want to generalize it, but I'm trying to give like some age scenarios so that y'all can understand what I'm talking about. I started off saying, okay, what happens if you have, oh my gosh, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, it's not connecting. Okay, what happens? Let me turn my ringer off on this phone. What happens? First, I said if you have a 14-year-old and two 14-year-olds and they have touching. Now, both of them are underage. They do inappropriate touching. How long do you keep that stigma over them? Because you're going to like react to that. Parents are going to react to that. How long do you keep that stigma on them? Y'all excuse how I'm looking too. I just literally washed my face and brushed my teeth, kept my sleep shirt on, and took my rubber band out of my hair. I ain't did nothing. So y'all just excuse all that. But what do you like as they grow as adults to be productive adults, and we're going to give them the age of 35, 40, whatever age group they want to be, and they might have families, they have careers, they're living their lives. Do we hold against them what stigma on them what they did when they were 14? Then I went to say, I went to say, what about if it's a 5-year-old? If it's a 5-year-old who touched or a 5-year-old that touched a 3-year-old, Do we hold that against them? That can be traumatic at any age. Like as a parent, if it happens at 1, if it happens at 5, 10, 50, I don't care. As a parent, it can be traumatizing, I'm sure, for every parent that ever experienced that happening to their child, or even the parents that have the child who was the toucher or whatever you want to say, whatever it is. But I want to know, when they become an adult, how long do you keep that stigma on them when they're like, when they begin to be like 25, like, or they could be in college, or starting a career, or moved on to another state, they have a family, like whatever it is. What is your opinion on it? Like, nobody's giving me the opinion. Do y'all have an opinion on if the stigma really stays with the child forever, ever, because that happened when they were whatever age, or is there an age limit where society will say, okay, they were 3, they were okay, they were only 8 at the time, or whatever age you want to put on it? What do you think that? Do you think it should ever be a time, or do you think it's an age where you have to take this as a more that you feel like it could be more significant to the child's life, so you keep a stigma? Say if it happened between families or whatever, because I guess other people don't have to have much communication for the, to have an opinion on the person no more. So say if they're in a family, what do y'all think? Because y'all ain't gonna let me know. Y'all just simply say, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got no opinions on it. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to see if y'all have anything. What I got over here? 3 people. It's 3 people over here. It's Gamma's World. If y'all are listening in, can y'all please come over to get your big ass up? If you scroll up, you'll see the link that Surrett dropped, and we're having a conversation over here about early age touching over here. Okay. I'm going on mute on It's Gamma's World, so you won't be able to hear me. So come over here to the Get Your Big Ass Up channel so y'all can get in the conversation. Let me know what y'all think. I don't have a lot of opinions over here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, let me see. Tara said, in my opinion, if you're a young child, meaning 0 to 8, okay, Terrence is saying something. He says 0 to 8, that he's thinking maybe the stigma should not be as significant if the child is 0 to 8. So it sounds like, let me see, I feel like in that age group, it should be overlooked. That's what I was thinking. Like, if something happened, even though that's such a serious, let's say Mr. Picklefoot said, that's a tough one, honestly. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, wait. I was thinking, like, okay, it seems like it's cut and dry that you're like, oh, you touched my child. Or, oh, you saying that my child touched you. Don't treat my child some kind of way as a parent. A parent is going to think that. But if it happened, like, literally for both parents, how do we what age do we feel like we can let it go? Like, even if you're saying 0 to 8 parents, so say if it happened at 9 or 10, if they're 9 or 10, then life goes on, and then it's like they're 25, 30. As a parent, I know you're not a parent, but do you think that a parent should still hold animosity? Do you think that the child that it happened to itself should feel animosity because the 10-year-old did that to them, but now they are, like I said, 35, 40 years old? Should it be held against them continuously because they were 10? Let me see. Terry said children are so innocent. Yes, and they have to be taught right from wrong. Yes, but Terry, we're saying that the wrong already happened. We're saying the wrong has already happened. How, as a society, like, I can say as a family, family is a part of a society, but because we have the stigma of, if you touch somebody ever, you're labeled as that. But I just want to know, is it an age group that you say, well, we ain't talking about a 1-year-old, or say, well, I'm not talking about a 4-year-old. I talking about them. So what age do we stop thinking that it's okay that you can find a 2-year-old and be pop up and be like, you don't do that, or say, I don't ever do that. Don't touch anybody. I mean, this is a 2-year-old. Nobody touches your body. That's your body. You don't touch somebody. You don't do that. Whatever the case is, did that 2-year-old gets away with it? But then what about the 5 or 6 or 7-year-old? Do they get away with it? I'm talking about later on in life, not even like at the moment. We know that as parents, we do what we do to deal with the situation if, something like that happens. But I'm talking about once they are adults. If we know that this happened to the children when they were these ages, like Terrence says, 0 to 8, He said society should say, well, they were just kids, like leave that alone. Well, does everybody agree with Terrence? Or does some people say, no, if they were 5 years old, they knew what they were doing. Or if they were 6, they knew what they were doing, and stand on that and like put that stigma on them until they are like for eternal. Like, I don't care how old they get, they leave that stigma on them and won't let it go. Let me see. Terrence said some kids experience puberty as early as 9 years of age. I feel like then it should be dealt with. No, not at the time, Terrence. We're not talking about at the time. We're talking about later on in life, holding that stigma against the overgrown person, the 30, let's say 30 to freaking 50 or something, 30 to 40. Do we hold that at the, say, the 9 or 10? You feel like 9 or 10 years old, they knew what they were doing. Okay, say we're dealing with the 9-year-old that you're saying they knew what they were doing. So that happened when they were 9. Now they are well over 25, 30 years old. And if a family or the society that they live in, I don't care, friends, whoever it is, are still holding them responsible or holding them accountable for something they did when they were 9 years old, do you think that's justifiable, is what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Am I explaining it? I don't know if y'all understand, because I think that everybody has to deal with it when it happens, or if it happens. I don't care if it's 0 to 18. Those are all, I don't know, 0 to forever if you ain't supposed to be touching on nobody. But we already know it's inappropriate. It should not happen. But when it does, how long do we keep the stigma on the person? And do they get a pass to say, we don't think, we know what happened when you were 3, we're not gonna think about it no more. We know what happened when you were 7, we're not gonna think about it no more. On up to 10, 11, 14, 15, 16. What age? Let me see. Terrence said, everyone obviously has different feelings. I personally would not hold kids accountable at from age 0 to 8. You can steer them in the right direction, but I wouldn't hold them to it. Okay, at the time when they're that age. Okay, Terry said these children nowadays are exposed to everything and they will try naughty things. We have TV and some kids are not raised right. Absolutely, it's like a million reasons why. If you understand now, Terry, you understand what I'm saying? Hey, Dimples, you understand what I'm saying? Hey, Tura, you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like I'm not talking about in the mix of when it happens and what you could do, how you can help the child on both sides to try to make sure and to prevent it. And that's like a whole different conversation, to prevent it and make sure it doesn't happen again, to try to help them work through it, to be able to deal with it or whatever. I'm saying with inappropriate touching as a parent on either side, the person who touches, the person who does not touch, at what age do they, the society or the family, stop holding the adult accountable for what happened when they were younger? So if I got a 40-year-old child that was touched from their cousin when they both were 4 years old, I know I probably was devastated when they were 4 years old. But now that they're 30 years old, should I still have that animosity against them for what they did at 4 years old? As an adult, how do we perceive them as a person if they did early age touching? That's what I'm trying to explain it to y'all. So Tara said that he got it. Let me see. Okay, Dimple said I completely understand what you're saying. Okay, because I'm trying to see, turn it around in the words that people understand. Okay, so Tara said, well, when you put it like that, in my opinion, it becomes irrelevant if people don't hold those kids accountable when it happens at an age. Yeah, and even I'm saying, even if you did, like, regardless of if you did all the things, let's say you did all the things you could possibly do to help both children, the touch and the toucher, you helped them, all that stuff was done, say it was resolved. I don't know, because it could be a lot of cases where it was never resolved, all of that. But let's say best case scenario happened, you did all you could do. What's the age that you put? Because I think that it'd be different if a 17-year-old touched a 13-year-old and say their family. So I think it'll be different because people are going to be thinking when they get 20, they still going to be upset about that. When they get 22, like 17 years old is not that far from 22. Families and the society that they live in, they're going to have an issue with that person because they're 17 years old and they feel like you knew better, you knew exactly what you was doing, this, that. They're going to hold you accountable. But even if they're 17, they're still underage, and say now they're 45 or possibly 50, and people may still think like, you touch your kids because when you were 17 years old, you did this. Is that, how do y'all feel about that stigma staying with them? Saying best case scenario, all the things that parents could do to make sure everything was right. How long do we keep the stigma on the person once they reach years, decades later? That's what I'm trying to explain. Let me see. Dimple said, yes, I clear. Turon said, what up, everybody? Terrence said, again, these are just my opinion. Yeah, it's so, that's what I said. It's so many different scenarios. It's like 1,000 different ways that people could think. And I still think every situation has to be individual, because it's a million ways something like that could happen. The conditions where the children were left for it to happen, how long it happened, like all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's so many things. I just wanted to know, like, when you find out, when you read stories about it, and they're saying that this child did this at 7, and so they can't be trusted, or they did this at 3, they can't be trusted. Like, do that really mean that a 35-year-old can be trusted for something they did at 3 years old? That's what I'm thinking. Very interesting topics and questions. Yes. Hey, Cece. Terry said, if it happened years ago, people sometimes want you to forget your mistakes. The child has grown up, and we sometimes haven't. That's sad to throw that around for life. That's what I was wondering if people think, Terry. Like, it's some people who think like you and will be like, I'm not getting ready to hold against a child that had something happen to them at 5. But then some people are going to be like, it was my child that happened to it. With none of your child. You don't have no feeling of that, because I know what it did to me. I feel like my child may be forever scored because of this. And I feel like I don't care if they get 50 years old, they did it. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many different age ranges to consider, and so many thought processes of how people feel. And I was just like, and I know that a lot of people are going to have a lot of different answers. And I was kind of like stuck when I thought about it. I was like, well, how long do you keep it? I mean, like, what is the age? Is it that people say, just like Tara said, 0 to 8 will be where you can say, okay, they were young, they didn't understand what they were doing. But then once they hit 9, 15, 16, up in that age group, you know exactly what you were doing. So that stigma is going to stick with you. Basically, Turon said it depends on how old they were. Yes, it definitely. There's no link, Turon. I knew you was driving. I didn't go StreamYard. Turon be looking like I got something to say. I ain't got no time to type. I'm driving. Let me see. It's a Terrence kind of thing said that's not right to hold it over them. Terrence said, I don't believe that that's right to just hold over, depending on the age. I'm sure he said hold it over them, like if they were 12 and then now they're 42. Like, they could be married with children, probably don't even have a memory that they ever did it, but their society or their family will be like, we remember when you did whatever. Like, we don't care how old you get. We were older at the time, and we remember, and we're going to treat you a certain kind of way because of that. That's where I was stuck at. Like, where I never thought that far into it. I just think as a parent, I always thought how I would feel if someone touched my child. Then I always thought of what I would feel like if my child was the toucher, but I never thought deep enough to say, if it happened, when would that go away from my child? If I have the toucher, when would that go away from my child? When they get 35, like, will people still consider him to be, or her to be, this person that touches on kids because they did that when they were 7 or did that when they were 9? You know what I mean? Let me see. Terry said, let me see. When we as grown-ups do that, we create monsters. When we hold it against them, Terry, you saying? Surrette said, it's a tough question. That's why it was a tough question for me, and I didn't want to come up with a solid opinion of my own. That's why I was like, I'm about to make that a topic over here, because I don't even know if I have a solid opinion. It's like, I don't know. I never thought about it like that. I want to bring it on here and see how many different, because they're all going to be different opinions y'all going to have. Tara said, especially if they haven't done it in adult life, right? Like, I'm talking about isolated incidents, or maybe, like, you never know if it's isolated because you only know if they get caught. So if they so young, you can't expect a 4 or 5-year-old to tell you how many times. Or I guess they could. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 that would be able to tell you. But say you don't get a understand it. Say if it's not a real talking to 4 or 5 year old, you can't understand what happened. You try to give them the help they need about it, and then let them move on from it. Then in that case, it's a little bit different. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so it said, but you shouldn't have to condemn someone forever, especially if they were minors. That's the thing. That's the thing. I want to know if somebody in this chat is going to say, yes, it's forever, ever. Because what I'm getting so far, like I didn't have a solid opinion and I really didn't ponder on it long enough to come up with my own opinion about it. I was just like, I just want to go live about it and see what people think about it. But it seems like y'all are saying that it really depends or not depends. It seems like y'all saying at a certain age when decades go by, and it ain't like they kept doing it. It was an isolated incident with kids being uh too curious and doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing, giving you the opportunity to make it a teachable moment for you not to do that again, and then dealing with the fact that that never will leave the stigma will never leave for the toucher, and the compassion and sympathy that you might hoard in a child that was touched. Does that ever like expand and give you some relief now that they are, because they would be 20, 30 years older too? Do you release that and not have that in your mind and leave it where it stands? Let me see. Serena's talking to everybody. Terry said exactly, Serena. Two Rounds said some families keep it a secret. Yeah, they definitely keep it a secret. They definitely keep it a secret. But even with the secret, are y'all still holding the child? Okay, even though if you know the secret, because all you can do is like really tell like the family, and they like you go on a news station and tell everybody. So all you can do if the family finds out, and if you just don't, because once you deal with it, I don't think it's healthy to keep bringing it up because like you hope that the child will never ever remember it. I'm sure. So would they keep the secret? Still, do they keep the stigma on the toucher? Still giving you that label and they'll and not let up off of it. Let's see. Mark said, "Why would adults bring it up when the child is over? Oh, I mean, older. Exactly, Mark. But in some situations, the family does like treat the person, the adult, the 40-year-old, but no matter what age, I'm talking about decades after this happened, they still keep that stigma on them and make them feel like because that happened when you were 7 years old, like we can't like bring my child over here, like bring my grandchild over here because that happened when you were 7 and now you're 35 years old. But I don't know. It happened when you were 7. Let me keep my kids away from you. And should they be thinking like that? Tara said they could tell you how many times. Yeah, but you know how like some children are delayed in speaking and stuff like that. They probably cannot even understand what's happening. So like in that scenario, but the average, I know my grandkids, they would have been able to tell me at 2 or 3 years old, like exactly like yeah, they'll be able to tell you like different places. They'll be able to tell you enough to know that it happened more than once. Let me see, but it just feels like it shouldn't be held over anyone's head. That's what it looked like the consensus of what y'all saying. What the two of us? Yeah, some families keep it a secret. Yes, that's true, Terrence. They do. Terry said that sins of their past. You should never keep labeling no one because forgive and forget. Uh, be careful what you call a child. They will become they'll become shame and believe you. Right, because you keep it fresh in their mind. That's what I'm saying. Like I think I never like I don't have no experience with like trying to coach somebody through it. I ain't never did no specific research or studies, but I would think that I would want it to be, especially depending on the age. I guess you can't wipe it out of a 13. Like once they become a teenager. Like my memory when I first started this, I'm looking like, well, I don't remember nothing from when I was like 8. Probably like Tara said, like 0 to 8. I probably can start remembering some things from like when I was 9. I don't have a complete loss of memory from 0 to 8, but it's isolated, like family get-togethers, stuff like that, like events that happen. But if I don't remember, so like if I was 7 or 8, I say anybody could have did anything to me because I'm just not gonna remember it. I just don't have no memory of really, really early age. My memory sometimes I'll remember what happened like 5 years, people remind me. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. So that's the thing. Like, if you keep talking about it or you keep rehashing it, and it just was I say it was an isolated incident, then when they get an adult 18, the family is talking about it, brings it back up. And then the person who was touched keeps the memory because you're constantly talking about it. Then when they're 20, 25, everybody's still talking about it. Like, won't that do more harm if you just keep it on the forefront instead of doing the work you need to do at the time it happened, then moving on from there? Let's see. Terry said, I agree, Terry. Turon said, one thing about family is they hold you accountable for every bad decision you make. Not all family members, but some do. Exactly. And those are the family or people that's in, around your social circle or whatever. Those are the people I'm talking about. Like, when you decide to say, this happened, this particular incident, like Turon said, it can be a lot of different incidents. And I'm going to give you an example of another incident that got to do with that. Like, I had a cousin. At the time, he was like, I'll say about 14 or 15 years old. He wasn't an adult, but he wasn't a real young child. He was like 14 or 15 years old. We had Christmas at my mom's house, and we decided to bring all the gifts at my mom's house, and we would open them over there. Well, we didn't bring them all, but everybody brought a couple things so that we could have like a Christmas together. Everybody could have stuff to open over there. So this was in my first marriage. And so I had bought, he was like a fanatic about Foot Locker. Anything, like Foot Locker, he had all these tennis shoes or whatever. So I had bought him at the time, now I know $150 ain't nothing, but this is, let me see, 30. I don't think Bobby Jr. was born. Was he born? I don't know, but this is about 30 years ago. So it was a little bit of something there. So I bought a $150 gift certificate from Foot Locker. And it was in a little box. It was like a little square box or whatever. How you make a square box. So I had just a bow on it. So that was the gift that was there. So we opened the gifts, and once we got all our gifts open, I was like, wait, you had another one. And I'm tearing the tree up. And so I'm like, what? I know I had the box there. I remember looking at the box, putting the box. I know the box was there. I'm looking through all the garbage, and we make sure did we make a mistake and throw it away? Because I'm thinking it's not here. Like, I know it was here. So I was so mad. My feelings were so hurt. All of a sudden, it clicked in my mind. I have my cousin, and his ass is always stealing something. So I called my aunt. I was like, do you know because she had custody of him, of her sister. So she was responsible for him. She had him since he was little. So I'm like, did Blake take my gift card from under this tree? Because I'm looking like, ain't no way that I cannot find this box. So she said, you know what? If he took that, because she didn't try to debate with me that he did or not. She said, I'm about to go in his room and look. If I find that gift card, Kim, I'm going to call you and let you know if it was a gift certificate. If I find that gift certificate, I'm going to call you back and let you know. He better not have took that card from y'all. She called me back probably like 30 minutes flat. She went and tore down his room. That's back in CD. Y'all know the plastic CD? You buy the CD to play, and it had that little flat plastic cover. This child had took that fast. I don't know if he heard her on the phone or whatever B said. I think that he took it. He went in there, stuffed that gift certificate under the little paper. Like the little paper they used to, you can bring it out and like it'll tell you like the songs on the CD and all that kind of stuff. He had stuck it in between there. How she knew to dissect his room down to the CD cover. She found that thing in his room and a CD cover. Now, mind you, I told you he was like 14, 15 years old when this happened. And I ain't gonna lie, because I'm real bad about, I'm a lot better. But people, my family, used to think like something is wrong with you because the grudges I will hold. Because I just feel like if anybody do something to me, I just believe you and I let you sit in that forever. I used to be real bad about that until about 10 years ago. Maybe about 15 years ago. I was real bad about it. And so from the time that boy was 15 years old, up until the time he was, I'll say at this point, he was maybe, I'll give 30. I'll give him about 30, maybe 28, 30, between 28 and 30. I was having a cookout in my backyard. And so he come up there with his girlfriend. Mind you, he was 14. Now he about between 28 and 30. Walked in my backyard. And I looked at him. Y'all, I'm on my third marriage by now. This ain't even got nothing to do with the husband or nothing. This is the third marriage. He walks in my backyard, and I'm like, if you don't get out of my backyard now, because all those years, I stayed so mad, and we weren't in close proximity enough for me to have like contact to see him again. So literally, I had only seen him one time in between it, and I was passing the playground, and he was playing basketball, and I stopped my car. I don't even know why I stopped the car. He saw me stop the car and he ran. So that's probably when he was about 17. This is like 3 years later when that happened. But when he walked in my backyard, he's walking with his girlfriend. He probably thinking like, that was old. I was a kid. I'm just gonna surprise her and just walk in her backyard. And at the moment when I did it, I did feel like I don't ever want you in my presence. You stole from me. I don't care if it was 1,000 years from now. And so I did that. Now, after maybe like a year, I'm not gonna say I felt bad about it, but I'll start feeling like I know he was thinking like, is this girl crazy? That happened when I was a kid. Are you still harboring on something like that? But I did. I still harbor it, and I still harbor it to a certain degree to this day. And the reason why I'm going to keep it is because the same cousin did that to me. My son used to be a DJ. I told y'all on the side he was a baker, but on the side, him and his friend had a DJing group, and they would DJ weddings and all these different events. And my son and the group called Power Circle, they had the group, and they were hosting an event. And that cousin that stole from me was a security guard at that time. My son never knew the story, so he just looking like he found out that he was his cousin. He like, yeah, we can hire him. That's my cousin. And when my son told me that they had somebody covering the door, that person stole some of the money and ended up saying, he said he was our cousin. Same cousin. So now that let me know that I don't feel bad about when I told him to get out of my yard, because still, I'm not going to say to this day because it happened about 7 years ago. But still, to that day, 7 years ago, when he's in his freaking probably 40s now, or very close to it, maybe close to it, still, you still stealing. And now you stealing from my son. You found out that was my son, and now you stealing from my son. You stole from his daddy, basically, and you stole from my son. So that's how I can be the extremist. And when y'all saying let it go, they were younger, that was a different case scenario. And I didn't let it go. I couldn't let it go because I felt like you stole from me. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, to our true, and it's sad if it was a negative memory. Absolutely, Terry. Good morning, Charlene Bailey. Turon said, damn, you gotta watch a little. Right. Hey, Charlene. Terry said, can you imagine being hunted by your past? You done the time for your crime, but you will be forever looked at in a bad light. Wow, that's sad. Terry, that is sad. And especially with a situation like that, because that's horrible to grow up as an adult and carry something you did as a kid. Because for one, it could have happened to them. Or it could be a situation where the parents they were maybe lax and let them watch some on TV back in my day. But now that the internet is wide open for you to find out anything you can find out, they may simply click on something or search something they shouldn't be searching. Then on top of that, how it's well, now that you would know it until later, but like at this day and age, if it happens to a child, the fact that you have people out there that lurk on the internet streets for children to like do all of that meeting up with them and all of those different things, or trying to groom them, do all that kind of, well, it was grooming then back then too, but I'm just saying, like, people working at it at a different level nowadays. And so you never know, even from the person who touched, you don't even know where they got that from. And it could be not legitimate, but a way that you can see how that happened in their child mind to think that it was okay to do it to another child. That's what I think. For real, too, Ron. Yes, I was bad. Right. And Terry said, I'm glad God is not like that. Absolutely, Terry. And so now to this day, even though I can't be around him, because now you let me know that you're just a lifelong, because he started this out when he was like 10, and now you 40, and like you still keep getting incidents about stuff that happened, and as soon as you get a chance, he'll do it again. But that's not the norm. He's just excessive. Like, we literally think it's a gene or something because his mom was like that. His mom was like that. So and she ain't even the one who raised him. So we looking like, is that hereditary or what's going on? But he's like that. But the average person, if they have a situation happen when they're a child, is very, and even as a young adult, it does not mean that they live a life of that. It's an isolated, especially stuff like that. It's an isolated incident. A lot of times kids do things like that and they actually think that they're playing. They don't even think that they're like doing something to actually violate a kid. Like kids that go around, they do hide and go get it. They want to play house and say you're the mom, you're the dad. They act out on what they feel like moms and dads do because they don't know about them paying the bills, or they might try to replicate them cooking, or they know that their mom and dad lays in a bed together. They know that they, like things like that. They get the gist of what they think a mom and a dad's position is, and they try to mock that. So it's not like they always have to be saying, oh, I'm about to violate you in the worst way. They sometimes do it in play and don't even realize that in an adult's mind, because we know what it can lead to or what it really is without them knowing, we go overboard with even having the thoughts we have at that time. Say if it happened to somebody at 4 years old, really, what could a 4-year-old do to another 4-year-old? Not much. But if you see any appropriate touch at all, we blow it up because we just know that how horrible that could be. We hear all the stories. We know how devastating. We know the trauma. And so we can overreact about the situation, period. Those kids are going to grow out of that. You teach them, use that as a teachable moment to let them know what's appropriate. That's usually your time where you can let them know if they haven't gotten it before then and realize that. You can teach them both that. It's a teachable moments for both of the kids, and they can grow from that and never, ever have another incident. But then just think if somebody came back when they were like 25 to even remind them, they don't even know. You tell them like, I did what? What are you talking about? And look at how that would make them feel knowing that they would have done something like that. And the child it happened to, knowing that something like that happened to them, when you don't even have to give them that because they worked through it. You did the work you had to do as a parent. They worked through it and don't even remember it. But then you want to come back when they're 25, 30, 35 and remind them of something like that. That probably wasn't that big of an issue, but because it could be for any reason. Because the only reason I could think of, you want to hurt them in some kind of way, or you want to because what would be a reason? What would be your reason that would be important to bring that a memory back up that they may not even remember? What would be important to you to be the person to say, I'm going to remind you of this happening? What kind of person you got to be? That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, about my cousin, girl. Forgive that man. And I don't even like now. I don't even care about forgiving him. It's just like, I know that you would like up to this day, y'all. Y'all don't know all the stories that he do. Up until this day, it's people over here. It's Gabby's World. Laura, Young Riaz, we over here. If you still in here, hey, look over here. We're over. Jam. Laura Jam is over here. Let's Talk with Toya is over here. I don't know if y'all over here still. I'm over here. William is in here. Would y'all please click the link that Surrette put up there to come to get your big ass up? We're having a whole conversation over here. And I didn't even know that y'all was over here. I thought I stopped this live. So y'all come over to get your big ass up and talk with us over here, okay? I'm sorry. Y'all click that link. I'll leave it on here for a couple minutes for y'all to click that link and come over, and then I'll end this one. Okay, so let me see. So True Ross said, Surrette said, yeah, I don't know if there's a thing where I don't forgive him. It's just that I still got to watch you because like just 7 years ago, you just stole from my son. So you got to be watched. Yeah, he's an isolated situation. He's an isolated. If it was something else, I've had stuff that happened with my cousins when we were younger and we laugh about it. Like we know that they were young and we'll laugh. So I wouldn't keep that against anybody, but just over the years, the family has had like every 2-3 years, some kind of traumatized. It might not happen to me, but he could get somebody in our family some kind of way. This man won't stop. It's who he is, basically. Let me see. Turon said, me and my cousins used to hunch, but we was all the same age, and when we knew right from wrong, the hunching stuff stopped. We don't even talk about it to each other as adults. Now imagine, Turon, somebody just keep bringing that up in your face and want to label you as ancestor, and like put that over your name, making you feel like you have to keep that label over you despite how you grew out of that, all of y'all did, I guess, came to a conclusion that y'all was some managed kids. They was doing something y'all ain't got no business doing. And y'all understand that y'all were the same age. You move on. Now you have your 6 kids. And you could be married 10 years from now, and somebody want to bring that up and label you as that. Something you did when you were younger. Didn't really, I'm sure, wasn't trying to cause no harm. Just sit up there thinking that was an appropriate way to play. And a lot of times your environment will do that, and you don't see nothing wrong with it. That's what we was talking about the other day on your channel, too, Raw. When you are a product of your environment, when you just don't know anything different should be happening, you are a product of your environment. And sometimes that environment speaks louder than you as an individual because you don't know any different. Let's see. Charlene said, I'm a Gemini and I can hold a grudge to the grave. I didn't get out of there, y'all. I was so bad about that. I had to pray on me. It used to be real bad. He's the only one that I really held that kind of grudge about. I'm still upset with this other child in my life, but that's because my son passed and he don't have a way to, like, it's too late for y'all to try to rectify things with him. Like, you should have did that when my son was here. So I gotta, that's just, and I'm not even saying that I'm holding a grudge. I just feel like, I don't know. It probably is a grudge, but that's something I got to work on. But other than that, I don't care about stuff like that. I release stuff and I do what I'm going to do, and I try not to hold grudges. But I was so bad about that. Charlene Bailey, if you still doing it, I'm telling you, from a person who used to be so bad with stuff like that, you will feel so much better when you learn that that is not the space you want to be in, because whether I knew it or not, I harbored a lot in my heart. Like, it takes space to have that kind of mentality about stuff. And I didn't realize it took space until I just said, forget it. I don't care about nothing no more. I don't care about what this person did or whatever. Forget it. And you don't realize that until you stop doing it. So, Charlene, if you're doing it right now, try not to do it. Hey, Lady T, you over here. Let me see. Can you post a link to join as a member? I don't see it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Lady T. So, hey, Bree, y'all over here. I'm over here. I'll get your big ass up. So, can you drop the link to my membership over on It's Gamma's World? We over here on Get Your Big Ass Up, y'all. We talked about early age touching between kids. And so I meant to end this live and I forgot. Y'all just coming over here. I keep running my mouth forgetting. So y'all come over there because that's where we are. But Lady T, Saret will drop the link over here for you. Okay. So let me see. Let me see, they can because their ass was on you too. Dude, I'm talking about the other people in y'all family that want to hold y'all accountable, not the people y'all might have an understanding, but like other people in the family, if they know about it, I'm talking about them trying to label all of y'all, like say all of y'all, and then try to make y'all lay in that and stay in that decades later. Like, how about what I did 20 years ago? You know, kind of thing. That's so that Bree, you made it over here. Thank you, Bree. Let me see. Girl, I am 66 and I'm not changing. Charlene, I'm telling you, there's no age. It's not no age on change. People can change at 100 years old. I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much better. If I got my family on this phone, like, I'm just going to ask one question. I'm asking my nephew a question. I'm telling you, I know how you feel. I was that person. Let me see. I was that person. Let me see. Let me call him. I'm going to tell him I'm live. I'm going to ask one question. Just answer it yes or no. I hope. Saret, can you drop that link for Lady T if she's still over on Get It's Gamma's World? Pull. Wait, pull. I'm on live. I'm just gonna ask you one question, okay? Yeah. So they can hear you. I just want you to answer one question. Okay. Who do you think? If you can name a person that could hold a grudge? Probably not nowadays, but like while you were growing up, who is the person that could hold a grudge and stand on it for like the longest time? You. I'm telling y'all. But don't you think I got better now? No, you still got the same grudges with the people you have on. No, I don't. No, I don't. He make me sing. No, I don't. He thinks I have a grudge because I'm not like I don't stay in communication with them. That's people I should have kept on the phone. That's people who want to say because you don't interact with the people that you have to have a grudge. I'm talking about a grudge and having feelings towards them and all of that. I might not communicate with the people, but that just means I've released it. Don't listen to him, y'all. That's not the case. I know if I'm holding a grudge or not. And I was saying, I was able to say that I am that kind of person. And if I was that kind of person, I would say it. I don't hold the grudge. I just let it be what it's going to be. He made me sick. I'm going to be cracking up later. Hey, Chrissy. Chrissy, come over here on Get Your Big Ass Up. We over here having a conversation about early age touching between kids. Y'all, it's 10 people over here. Y'all got to come over. Sared, did you get a chance to drop the link for Lady T? She wanted the membership link. Oh, she over here now. She made it over here. She said, I'll take care of that later. Okay, Tea Time with Chrissy, come over here. It's 10 people, all 10 people. Come over here to get your big ass up. That's where we having a conversation. Saret dropped the link up there. Y'all should be able to just click that link and come on right into the conversation. But I'm about to end It's Gamma's World, okay? So y'all come over. Okay. So y'all, okay, so what y'all saying? Let me see. Bree made it over here. Charlene said, girl, say, oh, Charlene, change. I'm telling you, I wish you would just, I know you're not going to change just because I said it, but I wish that you could, that's what I'm saying. Like the grudge don't mean that you have to go back to the people and have nothing to do with them. It means that you can just release it from your heart and just say, I'm done. I just don't care no more. If they come in my presence, if it's a family member, maybe I'll say, hey, how you doing? And leave it like that. Or if it's a friend, I could be like, hey, or like an associate, I could do that without feeling malice. Because it used to hurt my heart if they was in my sight. I'd be having my nose all turned up and acting crazy, acting a plum fool. And I didn't realize I wouldn't do it. They didn't care. They probably didn't even care I was doing that. But because I just wanted to hold my grudge, I was feeling a certain kind of way. And it wouldn't hurt me. But I still used up a lot of energy to be acting a fool that I didn't have to be using. And I feel better now. Like, I don't care what you did. That's you. And whatever you did, you have a right to feel the way you want to feel. And then I can just go on. So I don't be holding those grudges like that. Let me see. Real say, hey, get my chat. This is a great topic. It is. It is. Hey, Jam. I finally found you. Yes, Jam. You came over here. I just feel like it don't be worth it for me. Like, I don't like, as much as I will not let my cousin in my space to actually steal something from me, like he can never like come in my house or nothing like that because he's still doing it to this day. But as far as the grudge I held for him for taking that gift certificate, if my family has an event, like the way I told him to get out of my backyard, I could feel like I could stay in the backyard. Whereas back in the day, he would have came there, I would have been like, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I would have been like that. Now I'd be like, well, I'll sit at this table. I'll have much to say because I didn't even develop a relationship with you now. It was so many years ago, but I wouldn't have much to say, but I wouldn't have a grudge. I wouldn't be feeling no kind of way, looking at him no kind of way, or nothing like that. Let me see. Miss Two said, hey, get my minds in chat. Hey, y'all. Turon said, that's who I'm talking about. No. Oh, you said they was too. Oh my God. Turon said they was doing it too, so they should be able to understand why we was doing it. What, Turon? Bree said, today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Bree. Happy birthday. What you doing for your birthday? Celeste said, hey, Bree, real, jam, but Miss Two. Ross said, today is my second daughter. Your second daughter's birthday too. Ross, you got birthdays all year long. Happy birthday to your daughter. Is that Maya? Or Mia? I know you got a Maya or a Mia. But I thought it was Maya. Oh, no, Mia. Or is it Mia? Let me know. Let me see. Please hit that like button, y'all. Chris said, I'm so late driving and listening. Hey, got my chat. Tura said happy birthday. Jam said happy birthday to Bree. Suret said happy second birthday to your daughter. Well, wait. I thought he said I don't think it's her second birthday. I think his second daughter. Like not his first daughter, but his second daughter. Let me see. Chris said hey to Suret. Tura. Suret said hey. Real said hi to Suret. Happy birthday, Bree. Suret said. Jam said hey everyone in the chat. Everybody is speaking, saying happy birthday. We celebrated birthday today. Bree, I hope you have everything your heart's desire. Let's see, tell it like it is. Lady T said, put your membership link up in your bio. I did it? I thought that my membership link was in my bio. Oh, it's not in my bio. Thank you, Lady T. I got to make sure I do that today. Thank you, Lady T. I thought I always had it in there. I definitely make sure I get that done. Let me see. Let me write it down. Y'all know if I don't write stuff down, I ain't even gonna remember it. Okay, I gotta remember a membership link in bio. I don't know where I thought I put it because I sure thought it was there. Okay, let's see here. I'll be back. She said, okay, Chris. And speaking of Charlene, Tea Time with Chrissy made it. Tea Time with Chrissy, we were talking about, this is the link for Gamma's World. This is the link for It's Gamma's World page, but not the, what do it lead me to? Oh, to join the channel. It did. Okay. I don't know, Lady T, if you're still here, Surrett dropped the link for the membership, or if anybody is on here, that wants a membership to It's Gamma's World, y'all can use that link. Okay. Hey, Embryo. Hey, Chrissy. Surrett said, Ruby said, thank you. Hey, Lady T. Surrett said, Tea Time with Chrissy and Lady T, if she's still here. We were talking about when things happen, when it's early age touching, say like anywhere from, let's say 0 to 8. We'll take Terrace's 0 to 8. 0 to 8. How long do you think the family members should keep that over their heads? Like, I know when it's like fresh, it's like they feel a certain kind of way. If they got little kids, like that child is capable of that. So I'm gonna keep my child, I'm gonna keep an eye on them to make sure it doesn't happen again. But when they get to be like 25, 35, 45, just decades later, the family still want to hold that stigma on the 3 or 5 year old, what they did. How long do you think that's justifiable? Like, is it the same thing as if it happened to a 17-year-old? Why are you still holding a grudge? Even if it's a 17-year-old, they turn 50. Like, are you still going to hold that 17-year-old mistake against the 50-year-old? Like, let that stuff go. And I think a lot of the people in the chat was saying, like, it's not worth holding on to. People are not what they did a decade ago. They're not what they did 3 decades ago. And so it's not really fair to keep that over their head. And I love what, I think it was Terry said, that we don't want God to do it to us, but we will do it. That was the most significant statement that was made. And I didn't know how I felt in the beginning, because I kind of went live before I took the time to like really think about, like, how would I feel? How long will what age group will I not feel so hurt by it? If it happened to my 3-year-old, I know I will be hurt. But if it was a 60-year-old, does it make a difference in the age because more could be done or something like that? And would I keep that against my my niece for doing something like that until she was 40 years old? Like, now talking to y'all about it, I'm thinking about it more and getting y'all opinions on it. I don't feel like I could do it. I think that I would be, especially if it's a family member, you would try to get understanding out of it. You would try to help them to move on from it, to make sure to let them know that your mistakes are not your end all be all to becoming the person you can possibly be. So yes, I agree. I'm agreeing with Terry, Surrett. I think Terrence said it. Two Ross said it. Like, I think we came up with a consensus. Not one person said. I know Charlene said she held a grudge, but I don't think she was talking about that. But I think most people can move on from that and then let adults become adults without holding a stigma over their heads and bringing things like that up. Because as an adult, we're going to think about that in the worst way. Like, if you mention that to somebody that might not know the situation, they're going to think about that in the worst way. And it might not have just been that. You could have walked in the room and you saw the kids kissing. And that could be devastating. At the moment it's devastating, but it wasn't like a 17-year-old penetrating. It's not the same thing. And so even though it can be so devastating then, you can let that go and say, I can see that they were kids. Maybe they watched their mom and dad kiss, or maybe they knew that you kissed them and they didn't know it was going to be so wrong to show that same kind of affection to another child. It can be so many different things for us to keep that harbored over decades over that child's head when they probably did not even understand what they were doing themselves. It's something else, y'all. I just think, like, I don't know. Let's do what Terry said. Terry said, with stuff, if things happen like that, definitely, like Surrett said, the kids need to work through it. Do the work that you need to do based on the individual incident circumstances that happen over the situation. Do the work. Use it as a teachable moment for both, because you can. But I don't feel like decades later that you can make a person think that's who they are today in any kind of way. And if it happened to me, and if I would have did that, and I'm 35, 40 years old, somebody would have brought that to me, I would have been like, probably let them have, like, don't be mentioning no mess like that to try to put on my heart for the rest of my days. You know, you older now, you'll probably carry that on your heart for the rest of your days, doing something like that. I think I would be totally offended. I think I would be offended. Hey, T plus 3. I don't know. I think I would have a straight up problem with that. We have 40 likes up here, y'all. 24 people. Thanks to all the people who last night, y'all stood. I don't even know how long that live is. I don't know if they can even tell me. I ran the live from like 7:15, 7:30, all the way. I don't even know. Swear, what time was that? Like almost 10 o'clock this morning. It ran through. I didn't have, by the time I ended up, I only had one person in the chat. I guess people say, give me my device back. Get nobody fooling with you all day and night until the next day. And so it was only, and that one person was probably my other device, actually, to tell you the truth. I don't think nobody was in there. But people got up, Tracal, Mark, Surrett, came and did a little justice, left a little comment this morning, let them know, okay, I stopped by to give you a like or whatever. But yes, y'all read that whole thing. Say, girl, yes. I read it because I'm really trying to make sure that I stay consistent with trying to get the topics over here. So even though I'll be still, going live on as Gabby's Roar every day, every opportunity I can to bring up a random topic over here, I'm going to bring it up. So now tonight, y'all know Good Food, Good Mess is supposed to come back. Did we set a time, y'all? So you remember set the time for today? Who was in here that was there last night? Embryo, you remember? I think I told her to get in one of my comments. And I got her in the comments. I haven't got her in the comments. So we will have a part 2 if she gets back in touch with me. If she don't, then we won't. And then possibly sometime tonight, I'll come back and we will have a conversation about, I don't know. We'll see what we're going to have a conversation about. It's Saturday. It might be a Saturday. No, today's Sunday. Today's Sunday. Yeah, so I don't know what the topic might be. We leave the Fridays and Sundays are open over here as far as what we're going to decide to talk about, because we know Mondays is the men's room, where we allow the men to come up, speak their piece on whatever our topic is, and give us a perspective from a male's point of view. Some men's point of view, just all men don't think alike, but we have men like Too Raw, Mark, people like that will come on and give us their perspective about how they think about some things, some topics that I have and they have that we bring up to converse about. And then on Tuesdays, we have Tap the Link Tuesdays, where I ask all the content creators, come over here, drop your link. I might have one person, I don't know how many, it could be up to, I don't know how many, but I know at least one person that I network with that will come over and will subscribe with you on your channel and come check out your content, see about your channel. Hopefully they'll stay and make you a part of their little circle of support that they have where they support content creators. And last week's homework for that, every week we have homework. The Tuesday before last, I asked everybody to visit 3 channels that they've never visited and look at their view content, like it, and make a comment. If that turned out good. Second week was the second week, which was last week. The homework assignment was to invite somebody, and was it to invite somebody over? I think it was to invite somebody over. Yeah, this week's homework assignment was to go out and invite somebody to come over to the live, and then they could drop their links, and then we can use the subscribers over here to reach out to their subscribers. We reach out to their channel to subscribe to their channel. This week's homework is going to be to what did I say? Oh, go find another content creator page that we might not know about, that we've never seen over here, and drop it so that we can go check them out. So that's what that homework was for Tap and Tip. And it says Tap and Tip because we use the tipping part, that we give each other tips and hacks on anything, car, house, events, travel, whatever. We give each other tips on those things while we're dropping the links or whatever. Wednesday, we have Drop It Like It's Hot Topics, where we talk about any topic, y'all, and I'm off. So I don't come up with a topic. Y'all come over here in my comments. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about. On the community page, y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about. Or when we get in the chat, y'all can let me know what y'all want to talk about. Last week, we had already decided that on Tuesday that on Wednesday, we'll talk about hotels and what we need to do to make it the most hygienic experience. So St. Louis is on here letting us know how often things are clean and what we can do about like bringing our own wipes and doing all this stuff. So we that's when we do that on Wednesdays. Thursdays, y'all know, is a game night every Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Friday is open. Saturday, we have by Saturdays where we have a movie night on one Saturday, which we didn't even do yet this Saturday, y'all, because I was over there to get your big ass up. But it's next week was the scheduled movie, but this week was supposed to be to come over here, get together, so we go spend a night over on TikTok, and we did not even do it. I didn't even realize it until later. We didn't even do it because I read it live all night, so I got to stay on schedule with that. So next Saturday is the movie night again. But the off Saturday, we plan on coming on. It's Gamma's World, packing up, leaving, going on TikTok so we can roll with music. Okay, so then Sundays are open. Sundays are also open. So Fridays and Sundays are open. Chris said, what time am I going live tonight? It's probably going to be about, I don't know. Good Food, Good Mess is supposed to let me know. So I'm probably just going to come back live on It's Gamma's World for a topic at 6:30, like 6:30, 7 o'clock around that time. Watch your community wall. I'll put it on there. I definitely put it on there. Let's see. 2+3 said, hey, Chris. Terry said, happy birthday. Sue said, Chris, did you catch the live last night? It was an interesting story. It was. That Good Food, Good Mess was over here telling us. I titled it, what did I title it? Monster-in-Law. Because she had a situation that was going on between her and her kid's father and her mother-in-law, his mom, and she was giving us the insight on it. And it was a story, y'all. She been through a lot with not grandmother, her mother-in-law. She been through a lot with her, and so she was giving us all the stories in the background. And y'all hear it in the chats always saying something about her mother-in-law, and so she was wanted to come onto the platform and give us the backstory of why she feels like this about her mother-in-law. So she did that last night, and it was a story like with a lot of twists and turns and highlights and all kind of stuff going on. She wasn't even finished, so she said she was going to come on today. So we'll see if she comes on today. I haven't got anything from her in the comments. She said last night by the time she finished with that live, it was a lot for her. She had a headache, so we'll see how she feels. If not, that's it. Okay, so then Chris, did you catch the last? Okay, Chris said, I caught the beginning. I have to go back and listen to the rest. Yes. Okay, she said, okay, girl. Abriel said, a content creator club. Yep. And well, everybody who was on here, I think I got everybody. So St. Louis is not here because I think I may have missed one person. Not so St. Louis, but one other person that she can contact. The Content Creators Club is at 4 o'clock today. Now that's separate, y'all. That's a Zoom. That's what the content creators that have joined the Content Creators Club that y'all know that I've been telling y'all about for a couple months now. It's the first 10 people who inquired about it were the first 10 people that I went with. We had a really good Zoom before we went. What was that like now? About 3 weeks ago. Then last week we were supposed to have our second meeting, but y'all know I was at ATO and I came back sick, so I had to cancel that one. But today we're having our 4 o'clock meeting for the Content Creator Club, just that y'all will know that we're working together as 10 content creators trying to build a community to for the benefit of our pages as well as our subscribers. So we got some good ideas coming up for y'all, so y'all stay tuned to those. Let's see. T+3 said, as for me, I missed last night, but we'll catch the replay. Thank you, T+3. Terry said, is this live still going on? This live right here, Terry? Yeah. You mean this one? Yeah. Abriel said, hey, everyone, I'm cooking my daughter some lunch so I can speak. I can't speak at the moment. Okay, Abriel. Yeah, this live is still going on. Suresh said I couldn't make it. Oh, I couldn't make it up if I tried. Oh, she means the story time. It was a story time, Terry. Terry, you got to go back. You got to go back. Yes, Terry is saying hey to Abriel. If you can hear me, well, I'm sure you can hear me, Abriel. Terry is saying hey to you. Yes, y'all. So y'all gave me a lot of good insight on how the majority of people may feel. We don't know. We don't have the majority of the people on the line, but how the majority of the people in this chat feels about allowing things that people do in their lives to be a part of their life that they may have learned from, and maybe they grew from it, and allowing them to do that without judgment, because Terry said that we don't want God doing that to us. So therefore we should not be doing opposite of what we think he might do. Not saying that we are living a life of doing everything that he do, but that's kind of like in our control. That's kind of like something we can change. It's something that will be the benefit to that person, and most of all, it can be a benefit to yourself. Just not to harbor that. It sounds like to me it could be the most healthy thing to do, because it could at that day that long ago, decades later, to bring something like that up, period, can only be to hurt, because with how it can't fix nothing. It's nothing that can it can't undo the situation. If you bring it up, to me, you have to be a person that's for some reason trying to bring up something that you feel might hurt the person. That's the only way I can see it being brought up, y'all. That's the only way. We have 44 likes and 24 in the chat, y'all. You better go get your big ass up with 24 people in the chat. Okay. All right. So y'all have a great day this Sunday. I will be live it's Gamma's World later between 6 and 7. Y'all can watch my community wall to see what we're gonna be talking about over there. I might want to talk about this. Is what I want to talk about overall. It's Gamma's World. Today I want y'all to come back and give me opinions on what y'all think that could be something different that It's Gamma's World can do for the subscribers for the holidays. Y'all know I don't really celebrate the holidays, but I recognize that a lot of people do. And so for the majority of my channel, I believe that they do. And so I don't try to take away from people who celebrate it. So maybe I should say for the holidays, I'll say for the fall season. What do y'all think that I can do for the fall winter season, for the for the end of the year, for like the end of the year type thing that I can do, pick a date, and I can do something for the subscribers? I've been trying to think of something, and everything I think of is like, I don't know. But I was like, maybe I could ask y'all. Y'all could come back with some ideas, and then I could like kind of skip through those and see if I want to do something that'll pop. And just because you don't have a content created page, don't mean that y'all don't have no good ideas for what can be done for something like that. So y'all think about it, and then when I come back live, let's talk about what I could do. That would be something different. Like, a lot of people do things that people normally do for Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I wanted to do something different. I almost want to do like a secret Santa, but I was like, that's too hard, because then people got to be trying to get stuff to whatever and all of that. So y'all got to let me know what y'all think. I want to get like a lot of good ideas before I pick one, because my ideas are not popping. I like stuff that'll make it pop and be different. So can y'all think about that? Is anybody that can think about it and bring it back? Y'all let me know. Put a one in the chat if y'all can think about it and bring something back to It's Gamma's World this evening, so we can talk about it and see what might be a good, or maybe we could take this part of what somebody's saying and put it with this part, and it'll come up to be a good idea. But we could, kind of brainstorm what a good idea to do something different. I don't know. Let me see. Chris said okay. Bree said okay. Yes, y'all come back and let me know. I want to know. I don't know. I'm gonna Google some stuff too. Like, what's a virtual thing that you can do during the holiday season that would, be like exciting for a YouTube channel? I might like Google something like that and see what comes up too. So y'all make sure y'all have a great day. I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta try to catch first watch, because I want to waffle from there. So I gotta go in there, get dressed, get to the restaurant, and get there before they close. They close at 2:00. I don't know if y'all got a first watch. If y'all do, and if y'all never had the waffle, please go get the waffle. It's so good. It's a pretty big waffle, but it's so good. I just don't be wanting to spend I think it'd be like $10 for the waffle like that, but it's real good. So y'all go ahead, and they used to have a good avocado toast, but I didn't like it the last couple of times. But I'll go there just for the waffle. So I will talk to y'all. Make sure y'all come. Set y'all notifications when I set up the live to come back, and let's talk about what we can do for the holiday, okay? Oh, It's Gamma's World. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for coming in.